Can everyone hear me? Give me a thumbs up. I'm looking on my computer and my phone. This is weird. All right, guys, welcome. What up? It's our first call of January 2016. I'm super duper excited for tonight. I'm not going to do my normal intros like I usually do because I really want to give my amazing mentor Josh most of the time to talk tonight. But since we are all on here, I know I already shouted. Sorry, I just muted myself. I don't know what the last thing you guys heard was, but I said I want to give Josh, my amazing mentor, as much time as possible to talk tonight. So I won't do my normal updates like we usually do. We'll talk about those on next week's call, but I do just want to shout out a couple rank advancements that we had. Again, we had Tina Gibson that went Emerald this week. Everyone give Tina a big, we'll just raise the roof since everyone's muted. Whoop, whoop. And the only one, you guys can only hear me, but that's okay. And then we also had Casey who went Emerald this week, so congrats on that. Also, Chelsea went Elite for last year. We haven't had a team call since that happened, so congrats to Chelsea and her team. Y'all are amazing. So all the other updates we'll save for next week, and I'll be sharing in the team page for you guys what is going on, because I really want to give Josh all the time tonight because he is going to blow y'all's mind. I guess I'll give Josh a little intro real quick in case y'all don't know about him, but I'm pretty sure you do because I've been talking about him like all the time. So anyways, I got introduced to Josh from my push partner and from Allie, who's also on the team. And Josh might have to correct me on this. Like, I'm pretty sure I'm saying this right, but I know he's certified by John Maxwell. He's on the John Maxwell team, and he's helped me a lot with how to be a better leader and how to better help you guys. And he has a really exciting topic tonight. I forgot what we called it, even though I posted it on the team page. I think it's called The Missing Link, which is our vision. He'll give you more info. I'm not good at remembering details. So I'm going to stop talking and just let Josh go for it. That's it for me, Josh.
Cool. Thank you, Jess. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Let's see here. I'm going to go through. Can you mute yourself? I can't find you now, Jess. You disappeared. You muted? Okay, cool. Why is it not doing that then? Give me 1 sec here. I'm going to speaker view and it's going to you for some reason, Jess. So we just won't go speaker view tonight. Totally cool. No problem. So when you watch the recording, you're seeing all of our faces, which is totally cool because we're all beautiful people, right? So thank you, Jess, so much. Thank you, everyone, for hopping on tonight. Special shout out to my friend Allie, who is on here tonight. She's a fellow Okie. We are straight up from Oklahoma. It really does exist. I know you thought it was like only a place on the map that was a waste of your time, but it actually is a state. We do things here like cow tipping, horseback riding, crocheting. I'm just kidding. It's a real state. There are really people here. It's not like Canada. If you're from Canada on the call, I'm sorry. I love to make fun of Canada. But Oklahoma is awesome. So anyways, thank you guys all for being on here. Hopefully I've insulted everyone now and we can move on to what we're here for. Tonight I want to talk to you about Team Vision, the missing link. So as Jessica said, I'm on the John Maxwell team. I work with lots of Beachbody coaches. I have over 20 one-on-one Beachbody coaches. 3 of them are in the top 30. One of them, my girl Brittany Powers, just hit number 10 in the company for 2015, which was super freaking awesome. And I also run lots of training groups. So the thing is, I know the Beachbody business honestly better than any other business because it's the only business that I work with. My wife is a Beachbody coach. All of my clients are Beachbody coaches. And so there's this really cool thing where, one, I get to have an outside perspective of what's happening in the Beachbody world. Because a lot of times things get passed on from one person to another, to another, to another, to another, without always really being thought about. Sometimes great things are repeated, but sometimes not so good things are repeated. And then sometimes things are repeated that everyone loves, and then sometimes things are repeated that everyone hates. And so what I like to do is come in from an outside perspective, but also from a leadership perspective. If you've never heard of John Maxwell, he's the #1 leadership trainer in the world, according to Inc. magazine. He has over 75 books on personal development that he's wrote. The dude is just the freaking man, okay? So I take his philosophies, and I kind of mix it and mesh it into how that fits into the Beachbody world. So through working with so many Beachbody coaches, being thrown in lots of different team pages, I now ask my clients not to put me in their team pages because I'm in so many team pages. I have no idea what's even happening in any of them anymore. But something that I realized with time was that there's a lot of great things happening in this company. I mean, some incredible things happening in this company. But one thing that I really felt was being missed, not necessarily from the company, because I watched Carl speak at Summit last year. I was at home live streaming it because my wife was there in Nashville and I wanted to see what all this was about. And so I watched him speak, and he has vision pouring out of his heart about what this company means to him and what people mean to him. And I believe that everyone in this company shares that same vision in their heart, but it doesn't always get expressed very well in places like the team page or on social media. What does get expressed a lot is numbers, hitting SC, rank advancing to Emerald, rank advancing to Diamond. And all of these are good things that need to be talked about, but they need to be talked about along with the vision. Or another word we could use is the mission. People are pretty familiar with words like mission statements, right? And so I started getting thrown into all these team pages, and they have these nice, pretty banners at the top of the page with a mission statement in the banner that no one ever reads or talks about. And it's there, but nobody really knows it's there. And while we do lots of great things to help lots of people, sometimes we lose sight of what the actual mission was. And so even though we're doing lots of good things and hitting lots of big numbers, we kind of lose the original focus of what those numbers represented. So once again, this isn't to bash numbers. This isn't to bash rank advancements, because I love numbers. In fact, numbers in my checking account are always a really, really, really good thing. I like it when there's numbers there other than zero, unless there's a whole bunch of zeros with a number like on the left side. I like numbers, okay? I really appreciate numbers, but there's a right way to get to numbers. Does that make sense? So I want you to imagine for a second, we have got a special force unit in, let's just say in the Army, okay? And we got some people that got captured overseas, and we need these dudes and girls, I know, whatever, whoever is on the squad, to go over there and rescue them, okay? So we send this special ops crew. I'm talking, we take like the top 10 guys in the world. Like, these are like the studs of the studs. And we send them over there into the enemy's camp to capture our missing soldiers and bring them home, okay? So they go over there. They're, in the nighttime, they're crawling. They got their camo on. Their faces are all like painted, and they're just like ready to go, right? And then they stop. And the guy at the front says, "Do you guys remember what we were supposed to do while we were here?" And the guy behind him's like, I don't know if I remember the mission, actually. Can you hold on for a second? Because I think I have it in my backpack. So the guy pulls off his backpack and he opens up the folder. And in the folder, he's got his little sticky note that has the mission: rescue such and such soldiers at such and such fort. Can you imagine how ridiculous that would be if soldiers had to stop and check a sticky note to find out what their mission was? We would never expect that of soldiers, right? We would expect them to know exactly what their mission is, exactly where they need to go, exactly how they need to carry it out, and to go in and perform it flawlessly, right? It's all about the mission. And a lot of us have missions on some little Post-it note on the corner of our desk, or maybe even in the banner of our team page. But if someone were to ask us right now, what is the mission of your team? I bet most people couldn't quote it. And that's a problem, because the mission is the main thing we're supposed to be striving for. And the numbers are just something that we hit by carrying out the mission. So I want you to imagine these guys actually make it to the prison where these soldiers are being held, but they completely forget about the mission. And they're so focused on the numbers and on being heroes that they're like, dude, this is an enemy camp. We need to just blow this up. And so they just run in and they just shoot everybody they see, light the place on fire, blow it up, and they come home partying and they are celebrating. They're excited. They're like, dude, we just blew that up. Like, we destroyed that place. That was like the greatest night ever. And they go to report back to their commanding officer and they're like, success, man. We took out the whole stinking thing. And the commanding officer is like, where are those 10 guys that I sent you in to rescue? I'm like, whoa. Let's not worry about the details here, buddy. We blew the place up. Everything's cool. I mean, we had to have killed like 500 people from the enemy. Like, that's pretty awesome, right? And he's like, you guys are failures. I sent you there to save people, not to kill people. Now, if you needed to kill people to save them, that's fine. But you just killed American soldiers. You guys are morons. They would be considered the worst soldiers ever, wouldn't they? Yes? No? Come on, you got to give me face feedback because you're all muted. So I need the face feedback. Thank you. Bring the face energy tonight, all right? They would be the worst soldiers ever. And yet, every single day we wake up and we talk about hitting numbers and hitting Success Club and hitting hitting elite, hitting top 10, all of these numbers without it being supported by the mission. Once again, the numbers are great because the numbers help us indicate whether or not we're actually carrying out the mission, but not if we just completely forget what the mission is about. If we completely forget that the mission is about people, Carl himself said at Summit, the whole theme was everyone matters. Everyone. And so the problem is if we forget about the mission, we wake up and we send out 1,000 messages and we sell 300 challenge packs and we hit SC 450. Oh, that would be nice, right? We hit SC 450. And at the end of the month, we tally up all of our points and all of our money and we're like, success. Meanwhile, not a single person in a challenge group got checked on. Not a single coach got a welcome email. Not a single person got a GSR call. We're over here celebrating, popping the bubbly, and we actually didn't necessarily help anyone. We just hit a bunch of big numbers. So tonight, I want to teach you how to do both. Because it's never about one or the other. It's really about both. And some people think it is about one or the other. And that's where I think people in this company get confused. There are a couple different kinds of people. I know Jess has maybe had some of you watch my video on YouTube about the personality tests. I'll give you a quick rundown for those that haven't watched the video. Number one, we got rhinos. Rhinos are full force on, join me or get the heck out of my way. That's a rhino, okay? Rhinos usually do pretty good as entrepreneurs because they just go for it, okay? But they do have flaws too. Sometimes they forget that other people are involved and other people kind of get headbutted on the way. Number two, we've got peacocks. Peacocks are all about the party. All about the spotlight. They just want attention. It doesn't matter if they're actually being productive or doing anything good or right. They just want to be in the spotlight having fun. Their motto is party now, plan later. That's a peacock. Anybody know any peacocks? Maybe? Okay. Number three is a golden retriever. Golden retriever, very loyal, very faithful. They will always be there. They love being a part of the community, but they don't want to be the person making the decisions. They do not want to be the center of attention. They're usually other people call them shy. Now, golden retrievers will always say, I'm not shy. I just don't like to talk a lot. Okay? Some of you have said that exact line. My wife says it all the time. Then we have owls. Owls are the exact opposite of a peacock. They absolutely love, love, love everything that I hate. They love spreadsheets. They love research. They love crossing every T and dotting every I. They can tell you every single ingredient in Shakeology. They love to like have all the details. I can't stand details. Saturday, I fly out for California. I'm speaking at Super Saturday in Huntington Beach. I have no idea when my plane leaves Saturday. I have no idea. All I know is on Saturday morning, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to look at my wife, say, what are we doing? She's going to say at 10:30, we got to get out of here. And I'm going to go, done. You got it. I don't know. I don't care. All I know is the important details. Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock is Super Sunday. I'm speaking. Carl Dyko is going to be there. It's going to be the greatest Super Saturday ever. That's all I know. Everything else, I could care less. We're staying at a hotel. I don't know which one. Why do I need to know? That doesn't matter, right? So an owl is the opposite of the peacock. They like to say, plan now, party later. And by later, they mean like never, because we have to do more planning, right? Okay, so those are the different personality types. The two most common ones, and everyone's a mix of a couple different things, okay? Nobody is just like 100% one of those, okay? I personally am like 60 to 70% peacock, 30 to 40% rhino. Probably more like 70% peacock, 30% rhino. But most people have at least a very dominant rhino in them or a very dominant golden retriever in them. Those are the two most common things. Now, obviously, there are some people like me and Jess that are very strong peacocks, but usually if we make it very far in business, it's because we've developed some rhino in us that even though we hate details, we just find a way to get some of the right crap done so that we can move forward, okay? So here's the thing. Rhinos are incredible with numbers. Freaking love numbers. They love competition, okay? One of my clients, she's a rhino. She was doing the Fall Classic, and they were like 3 points away with like 1 day left of winning like the top tier where they'd get like the jackets and everything. She's like, and gosh dang it, I'm going to find a way to do it. I'm going to get those last 3 points. I know the jacket I could probably buy myself for $30, but I just want to win it because it'd be fun. That's a rhino. A rhino, just give me something to win, okay? They absolutely love challenges. They love to hit big numbers. But here's the problem with rhinos, is like I mentioned earlier, sometimes they forget all about the mission. They forget the why. Why are we here? What is the significance of what we're doing? Because they're so focused on just hitting numbers, hitting numbers, hitting numbers, hitting numbers, beating other people, being on top of the SC leaderboard, being on top of the top recruiting list. That's all that, like, they feed off of that, okay? And so rhinos have to be very, very careful to remember that there is a mission and that there is a reason. But here's the thing, rhinos are scared that if they get too caught up in the mission, it'll affect their numbers. They're scared that if they get all mushy and sappy, that they'll lose their competitive edge. But really the truth is, if you really sell out to your mission and talk about your mission more and focus on your mission more, your numbers should go even higher. And on top of that, the people that you do sign and the people that you do sell to, they'll want to work with you longer and they'll want to be around longer because of the purpose that you carry with you. So now let's talk about the golden retrievers, because they have a completely different weakness. Here's the thing with golden retrievers. They love community and they love purpose. In fact, they are sold out to the mission of helping people, or they think. Because a lot of times golden retrievers are scared to death of numbers. They absolutely despise numbers because they've seen rhinos who chase these big numbers and forget about the mission, and they think, if I push for numbers, I'm going to turn into that person. And I don't want to turn into that person. I don't want to lose my identity. I don't want to lose my purpose. And so I'm going to stay true to myself. That's like kind of like a word they use as an excuse for not stretching themselves. I'm going to be true to myself. Musicians use that crap all the time. I used to play in rock bands. All of my like super indie artsy friends would be like, we just want to keep to like the character of ours. And what they're really saying is they don't want to take anyone else's advice. They just want to keep creating the same stuff that no one else likes. And if they would just change like 2 things, they could sell a lot of records and stop living out of their van. But anyways, so there's a lot of Beachbody coaches that are the equivalent of that not rock star, but that like indie rocker who refuses to change anything about their music. A lot of you have goals to quit jobs, maybe to retire spouses, to pay off debt, to go on a dream vacation. If you're like me, you just didn't want to have to check your freaking checking account every single time you pulled over to get some gas in your car. Anybody ever been through that? How many of you know that when you're really, really poor, like I was for my entire life, you can actually take your debit card to the gas station and you can swipe it and choose the credit option, and it only charges $1 to your account that day, which means you can go ahead and fill up even though you only have $2 in your account. A couple of people nodding their heads because they've been as poor as me. Some of you, maybe you're like me, actually avoided birthday invitations that your kids would bring home from school because you knew you didn't have the money to buy that other kid a present. And the only thing worse than telling your kid he can't go to a party is to show up at the party with no present, right? Some of you know what it's like to be poor like I was. I literally was poor like this my entire life up until about 4 months ago when my business finally took off and started to pay more than what it was costing. We all have a vision for a better life. If you don't have a vision for a better life, surely you at least have a vision to create a better life for someone else, right? That's why you're on this call tonight. You wouldn't be on this call tonight if you didn't want something more in life. So here's the thing, golden retrievers, and I'm hammering on the retrievers a little bit because I know that 80% of Beachbody coaches are golden retrievers. It is the most common animal in this business. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. I think it's because of the purpose and the community that this business offers, right? But here's the thing. Many of you are scared to death of numbers because you're trying to be true to yourself. And the truth is, you ready for the truth? Don't let this hurt your feelings, okay? Because I'm just trying to help you. The truth is, the only thing you are doing is avoiding helping people. Because numbers represent how many people you are taking the mission to. Numbers do not nullify a mission. Now, numbers without a mission, sure, that's not good. But you don't have to choose one or the other. I know some people who go to the gym nonstop, freaking ripped, shredded, got 6-pack abs like crazy. They even got, those side things that we all wish we had. I can never remember what they're called. But anytime Sagi makes me work those muscles, I swear I almost cry because like mine don't exist. There's just not, there's nothing on my side like that. But these people have like biceps popping out, right? But yet they eat McDonald's every night for dinner. What? Are you kidding me? So it's like they've got like the workout part down solid. But on the inside of them, there's just a bunch of chemicals and crap. And it's only a matter of years before all that catches up with them, right? And then you've got these other people. I have some friends, they eat all organic, all locally grown. That's it. They eat 100% clean, like 100,000%. And they haven't exercised in like 20 years. And they're like 30 pounds overweight. And that's not to diss on anyone that's 30 pounds overweight. We've all been there. But I'm just like, how can you spend so much money on all of that locally grown food and not go for a jog every once in a while or something? If you care about your health that much to spend thousands of dollars to have milk that comes straight from the cow down the street, surely you could go get T25 and work out 25 minutes a day, right? So what's the deal? We have 2 different people, 2 different extremes. Why? Because something about freaking America, we take everything to the extreme. We think it's got to be one way or the other. But I love what Grant Cardone talks about in the 10X rule. When we use words like or, we are having a lack mentality. We should all learn to have an abundance mentality. When I first started my business, I thought that I could either go all in on my business or go all in on my health. So I gave up working out for like 9 to 10 months because I was convinced that I need to sacrifice that time to start a business. I'm a busy guy. I got a full-time job, 3 kids, and then a business. Come on, really? I don't got time to work out. You know what happened? After 9 months of making excuses, my wife ordered T25, and I was like, I can probably make 25 minutes a day work. Do you know what happened? My business became more productive because I got more intentional with my daily schedule. It's never about or, it's always and. So to all of the golden retrievers on the call, I want to encourage you, stop using the mission as an excuse. It's holding you back from thousands of people that need your help. And you need their help. You got bills to pay, right? You got a dream life that you want to build. You got a stupid job that you want to quit. I had a stupid job for 10 years that I hated with a passion. No paid time off, no paid vacation, no benefits, no raises, no nothing, no pats on the back, no employee of the year, nothing, absolutely nothing. I detailed people's cars for 10 years. I heard the word thank you maybe like twice in 10 years. I was sick of it. I was sick of working my butt off so that someone else could play golf. I decided to start investing in my life and in my family and in my future. But here's the thing. I want to teach you how the mission changed my life, okay? When I first signed up for the John Maxwell team, it was almost 2 years ago now. I read his book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And the very last chapter is called The Law of Legacy. And in the Law of Legacy, he says, we've all got one life to live. Just one life. It's 80, 90 years if you're lucky, okay? If you drink Shakeology, maybe 110, right? And at the end of this life, you're going to be buried. You're going to get a headstone, and it's going to have one sentence on it. One. Your entire freaking life gets summed up in one sentence. Unless you're like Martin Luther King Jr. and your name will go on forever, you get one sentence. If you only get one sentence to describe the impact that you made while you're here, wouldn't you want to choose that sentence? I don't know about you, but I do. Like, I don't want to get to the end of my life and they're like, here lays Josh Coates, a very nice young man. Or what? Come on now. I think I gave up a lot more in life than for you to call me a nice person. Come on, really? Like, I wanted to say something meaningful. So that day I wrote my mission statement, which John Maxwell calls it a life sentence in that book, but really it's a mission statement. And I said, I want to help people to live out their legacy. In other words, I want to help other people make sure that the thing they want wrote on their headstone ends up on their headstone. I want other people to be able to live the life they dreamed of and make the impact on the world that they wanted to make because they knew me. I thought that was a pretty cool mission statement. And from there, I kept saying it every morning, every night, every morning, every night. Eventually, it evolved into this. I want to equip and empower people to live out their legacy. My first year in business, okay, I actually have sales experience, and I'm being mentored by John Maxwell. My first year in business should be pretty freaking awesome, right? Wrong. I signed 2 clients in 1 year. 2 clients, two people. That's 1 every 6 months, okay? That's like selling 2 challenge packs in a year. And here's the thing, I wasn't a discount coach. I was actually trying to work this thing. Like, I was taking people out for coffee every day. I was calling people. I was putting on events. I was doing everything on the planet I could think to do. And yet I signed 2 clients in a whole freaking year. Josh, you must suck, right? But here's the thing. I had this mission. And every single morning onto that horrible, worthless job that I had, I said this: today, I'm going to equip and empower people to live out their legacy. And so I had a purpose in me. While detailing cars, even as much as I hated it, every once in a while I'd hear someone on the other side of the shop having a problem. Used to, I'd have been like, screw them, man. I got to get this car done and get home. Like, I hate this place, right? But because now I had a purpose, I'd put down my buffer. I'd take time. I'd go walk over. I'd talk to them, ask them what they were going through, try to coach them through it, try to use what I was learning on the John Maxwell team to help people. I'd go take people out for coffee after work, hoping that we'd have a great talk and they'd want to work with me. And every single time, I swear to you, every single time, after like an hour, hour and a half at Starbucks, I had bought their coffee. They'd be like, dude, that was amazing. Like, I don't know how you did that, but I feel like you just like opened me up, and like, I just feel like I have so much clarity now. I just feel so good. We've got to do this, man. I need to work with you. I'd be like, it sounds good, man. Sounds good. They'd drive away and I'd never hear from them again. You ever had those people? They send you a message and they're like, it's January 1. I'm ready to do this. I'm going to get a challenge pack. I'm going to sign up as a coach. I'm going all in. I'm going to quit my job this year. You go to follow up the next day and they've shut down their Facebook account. They've shut down their Instagram account. And apparently they've been abducted by aliens. Like, where did these people go, right? Is that not the most frustrating thing in the world? And this happened to me over and over and over and over. But I went to bed at night and I asked myself, did you equip and empower people to live out their legacy? And as long as the answer was yes, I could put a smile on my face, lay down in bed next to my wife, and go to sleep. And even though I felt like an absolute failure, I knew I wasn't. I knew I had done the thing that mattered most. And this is what I honestly believed. And it feels so good to finally have proof of it, because for a long time I preached this without any proof. But I really believed that if I would live by that mission for long enough, the numbers would eventually show up. If I just kept looking for more and more and more people to equip and empower to live out their legacy, the numbers would eventually show up. Eventually, I would find the people that would say, holy crap, this is what I need, and would actually like mean it and then like still call me the next day, right? And so here's what happened. An entire year, signed 2 people in an entire year, okay? Well, then I decided to put on an event in Wichita, Kansas. That's where I grew up. I knew some people there that had multi-level marketing stuff going on. I was like, surely if you're in an MLM, you at least like know people, right? Like, you can't really do multi-level marketing and not know people. So I put on an event there. I think like 15 people showed up, which sounds really pathetic, but at the time that was really good for me. 15 people actually showed up and paid. All my previous events, no one paid. I just ended up giving away tickets so that my event wouldn't be a complete flop, and so that we could use the room that I had rented out. And so finally people showed up. I think I signed like 3 or 4 clients that day, which was incredible. I'd signed 2 in the previous year, right? Now I've got 3 or 4 in another day. A couple months go by. My wife signs up as a Beachbody coach, and she just happens to sign up under Brittany Powers, who at the time was number 35 in the company. She just got announced yesterday as number 10 in the company for 2015. At the time, she was number 35 and was a 2-star diamond. And so I just reached out to her, was like, hey, I'm on the John Maxwell team. I'd love to chat, see if there's anything I can do to help you with your business. Here's the thing. Failure after failure after failure after failure, I kept believing in my mission. I kept believing that I was here for a reason. I wasn't born on an accident. I mean, sure, technically I was an accident, and then my parents thought I was going to be a girl. Turns out I'm not. I'm a boy. But you know what? I believed that God had a purpose for my life. I believed there was something bigger. I believed I was here for a reason, and if I just stuck with it long enough, it would all catch up to me. And so I reached out to her. She agreed to have a call with me. On that day, she signed with me, allowed me to speak on her very first team call. I offered free coaching sessions to everyone on her team. What did I have to lose? Like, I had 5 clients, right? Thought maybe 5 or 10 people would take me up on it. Turns out 35 people took me up on it. I gave away 35 free coaching calls, which was incredible. Like, I learned so much about the business and what people are struggling with. And I gained like 15 new clients in 2 months. I went from like 5 clients to like 20 clients. Since then, which I believe that was, I don't know, that was like June-ish. By October, I had quit my full-time job. So from June to October, I went from having like 5 clients to having like 30 clients and about 70 people a month in my training courses that I run on Monday nights. Now I'm up to more like 100 people a month in my training courses. Now I'm making about 3 times the money that I made at my day job. What happened? I believed in my mission enough. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Not just enough to sit on my couch and say, I want to equip and empower people. Well, I don't want to try to talk to too many people or set number goals because then maybe I'll lose sight of my mission. No, I said, I got a freaking mission and I got to talk to as many people as I can because that's the only way I'm going to fulfill this mission. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to call people. I'm going to message people. I'm going to hunt people down. I'm going to chit chat with people in the Starbucks line. I don't care. I'm going to carry business cards in my pocket. Everywhere I go, I'm on a mission to make this happen. You see, a mission isn't something that happens by chance, okay? Even if you believe in God like I do, God doesn't make stuff happen. Okay, read your Bible. Noah's Ark, he built the whole freaking thing by himself. Then the animals showed up, okay? There wasn't no miracle where all the wood just got thrown together, okay? So even if you believe in God like me, don't you dare pull the God card on me, okay? There's work to be done. If you have a mission, you have to get out and you make it happen. And when you get out there and you make it happen, that's when I believe God intervenes. If you don't believe in God, that's okay. I'm not trying to preach gospel to anybody tonight. My only point is you've got to put in the work. You've got to reach for the numbers. You got to set numbers higher than you've ever set before. I'm setting bigger numbers now than I ever have before. 2016, I'm going to make more money than I've ever made before. Why? Because there's more people that need my help. There's more people that got a legacy, and I got to go find them. And I'm not going to find them sitting on my couch watching Netflix. You know where I'm going to find them? Anywhere and everywhere I can go. Facebook ads, Instagram. I'm going to go on Periscope. I'm going to go everywhere on the planet to find people. Now, I'm not saying that you guys should find 30 different social media. I'm all about focus. I'm all about finding the 3 things that work, which I'll tell you right now are the 3 vital behaviors. Your company's already laid them out. But my point is this. Your mission should never take you away from numbers. It should drive you harder toward numbers and to hit bigger numbers than you've ever hit before. So I want to encourage every single one of you to write out your own mission statement, okay? Now, I'm going to give you a couple mistakes that people make when they write a mission statement. One is they write a mission paragraph. It's not a paragraph, okay? It's something that you can memorize and that you can say it, boom, right off your tongue. I want to equip and empower people to live out their legacy. See how short that is? It's short, it's snappy, it paints a picture immediately. There's an ancient proverb that says, make it plain so that he who reads it may run with it. You want it to be something that you read and then you run. You don't sit and read and go, now hold on, like, wait, what's that third sentence? Like, I don't really get that part. It needs to be simple, quick, plain, read it, run with it. Here's the other thing though, a mission statement isn't about you, okay? It's not, I want to be the healthiest version of myself I've ever been. It's not about you. It's about the difference you want to make in the world, okay? So you could very easily rearrange what I just said. If it was, I want to be the healthiest version of myself, you could say instead, I want to help others to become the healthiest version of themselves. That's still very simple, still very easy, still very basic, but it's not about you, it's about others, okay? The other thing that I would highly encourage is that you do not limit it to health and fitness. I know I just used the word health because I just threw something out there. But you want it to be able to apply to every area of your life. In my marriage, I can apply my mission statement. I can help my wife to live her legacy. With my kids, I can help my kids. I go to the grocery store, guess what? If I'm a really nice guy to the person ringing me up, which is a lot easier at Target than Walmart, a lot easier, I don't know, maybe I can put a smile on their face, they have a better day that helps their legacy somehow. I don't know. It needs to apply to everything and not just your Beachbody business. It's something that your life stands for, okay? So I want to encourage every single one of you to make a mission statement. And then here's what I want you to do. I want you to make a video, and I want you to post it in the team page. And I want you to, number one, say what your mission statement is. And then number two, I want you to tell the whole team how having that mission statement is going to help shift your focus for the way you do business this next year. Okay? We all need to have number goals. Okay? If you want to go diamond this year, man, write that down. Okay? I don't know if that's big enough. I think you should be writing like 2-star or 5-star, 45-star. I know that doesn't exist, but go big. Go freaking big. And then use your mission as the rules that you play by to hit those numbers. Does that make sense? Your mission is the rules you play by to hit the numbers. Okay? So talk about what's your mission. How is that mission going to change the way you do business in 2016? Okay? Post it in the team page. And then Jess is going to send me a list of everyone that makes a video, hopefully. I didn't ask her if she would do this. And I'm going to pick one person to get a free spot in one of my training groups. Okay? So I have 3 different training groups. One is called Clarity and Focus. It's specifically for newer coaches or for coaches that just haven't got a grip on like finding that momentum. If you're someone who struggled to hit Success Club, this is for you. Okay? I'm going to help you get clarity, focus, momentum, and results. I have another group called The Art of Leading that's specifically for 1 to 2-star and up. It's how to motivate, mentor, and multiply within your team. It's based on everything that I work on with my one-on-one clients. And then I have a brand new group that is launching February 29th called The Art of Recruiting. It's specifically for people that are stuck in this weird spot where they hit Success Club all the time, but they can't seem to build a team to rank advance anywhere beyond diamond. Some of you are struggling to get to diamond. Some of you are struggling to get beyond diamond. And it's because you struggle with recruiting. You hit Success Club, but you can't recruit people, and you definitely can't recruit people that want to work the business. So I'm going to teach you, like I said, I work with 3 of the top 30 people in the entire company. I brainstormed with these people, found out what the most valuable things you need to do to be a top recruiter is, putting them into a 4-week training where I'm going to teach you how to rebrand yourself, how to have conversations, how to have confidence. I'm telling you right now, 90% of it is confidence, and how to have basically posts and conversations that lead to having coaches and having coaches that actually want to work the business. How many of you would love to have people like that on your team? I know everyone would, right? So here's the deal. Post a video. What's today? Thursday? Let's have it posted before tomorrow night, because I know Saturday's busy with Super Saturday and all that. And if Jessica could shoot that message to me on Saturday, when I get to California and get the message, I'll make a video. Maybe on the beach, I'll make a video of the winner. And you can go to joshuacoates.com and pick any of the trainings you want. Okay? For the rest of you, if you don't get picked, I would still love to have you in one of my training groups. Like I said, it's joshuacoates.com. You can check out the different training groups I have. All my new groups just launched a couple days ago, but I run them every single month. I also have a book that I wrote that will be out this weekend. If you go subscribe to my website, you'll get a free digital copy of the book when it comes out. I'm trying to have it out by Sunday for the event in Cali, and I think I'm going to pull it off. So either way, by next week for sure, you'll have a free copy of my new book. So thank you guys so much for being on tonight. I really, really hope you took away something that's going to help you in your business to push forward, to change lives, and to build the life that you've dreamed of. So Jess, I'll hand it back over to you. And if you want to do Q&As for a minute, I can hang out for a little bit.
Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I swear to God, every time after I hear you talk, I'm like, I want to go change the freaking world. Let's go do this. Does anyone else feel that way? Oh my God. Okay, so yeah, let's open it up for Q&A if Josh is cool with that. And
yeah, of course.
We'll do our giveaway in the team page like we usually do when we're done with this, guys. Don't be shy. I know everyone has to have questions. Oh, there's people typing. Hattie said, I'm ready to change the world.
Yes, in all caps.
Yeah, girl.
That's the only way it's done is in all caps.
Exactly.
Who's got questions?
I know you guys got to have them. Come on, guys. You ask me questions all day long. I know you got to have questions for Josh.
You can unmute yourself. Don't you dare put it in that chat. You unmute yourself and you talk to me, all right?
Dana said, I want to make a difference, so I'll be contacting you. Too many questions for this.
Well, surely you got one that you could ask because maybe someone else has the same question.
I have a question.
What's up,
Hi.
Melissa?
What's up?
You gave some great face energy tonight. I appreciate that.
So just to kind of, I mean, the mission statement, obviously that's something that people can get very involved with. Like they want to make it so detailed. Mm-hmm. So I guess my question would be, how do you take all of those ideas and really simplify that into one sentence?
So my advice would be pick the 3 words that mean the most to you.
Okay.
And then it's usually pretty easy to make a sentence with those 3 words. So, because I mean, usually you got like specific keywords that like really, you know what I mean? When you're like trying to like write this out, there's like, try to cross out every word except for 3.
Okay.
And that'll narrow it down to the 3 words that mean the most to you. And then you can make a sentence with those, like just fill in some filler words in between those that like make those 3 words like come to life.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yes, very much so. Thank you.
Cool. You're welcome. You're welcome.
I like that. I hope you guys didn't hear me like beating my laptop from typing loud.
No, we didn't.
I have a question.
What's up? Who's talking? I can't find you. Susanna? What's up, Susanna?
Hey. So you had said that you were having trouble like recruiting in the beginning, and how you just kept talking to yourself and repeating your mission. Also, was there any like personal development books or things that you read around that time that kept you encouraged on top of?
We actually don't believe in personal development on the John Maxwell team. I'm totally kidding, Susanna. I'm totally kidding.
Oh.
No, that is like John Maxwell is personal development. Like if you look up personal development, you'll see his name. So many books did I read. But let me give you a couple of my top suggestions.
Okay.
I think someone accidentally unmuted themselves. Here, let me see if I can catch them real quick. Oh, I got it. Well, no, I got them and then they got them. There we go. I got her. Okay, so a couple really amazing books. And obviously I'm going to give you a couple John Maxwell books. The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth is incredible. There's a chapter called The Law of the Rubber Band that says basically, if you're not stretching, you're not growing. Another one he just released, I actually have it chilling right here. This is my book for this year. It's called Intentional Living. But I have one non-John Maxwell book that I would highly recommend to anyone that struggles with, I guess just struggles with like just making it happen, okay? It's called The 10X Rule. It's by Grant Cardone. The 10X Rule is oh, somebody's got it. Leslie, right there. Virtual 5 right there.
I do have that too. I'm about to start it, actually.
The 10X Rule is freaking magic. I would highly suggest, even if you get the physical copy, to also get the audiobook, because there's just something in his voice that makes me want to like, dude, like seriously, like I can listen to him for 10 minutes. Half of the ideas I have wrote down in this office all over the place are from listening to him for like 10 minutes. So, dude, you have to get that book. Absolutely have to.
Got it.
If you don't, where do you live, Susanna?
I live in Virginia, DC area.
Okay. If you don't get it, I will come all the way to Virginia. I can't do anything mean because I mean you're a girl, but I'll come all the way there and tell you I'm not happy with you. How's that?
I could take it.
Okay. Okay, done.
Thank you.
I might be coming to see you later in the year. I have a ton of clients in the DC area, so I might be coming to a Super Saturday in that area later in the year.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you, Susanna.
Look at the kitty. Sorry, distracted. That was
Mary,
good.
did you have a question or did you accidentally unmute yourself earlier?
Who was it? Miriam?
No, Mary.
Oh,
Mary Trujillo. She unmuted her. She's the one I had to mute, but I didn't know if she did it on accident or if she had a question.
I actually unmuted myself on accident, but I did kind of have a question. But
See, I knew it.
So I figured I just might as well.
Anytime someone unmutes on accident, it's never on accident, ever.
That's what it was meant to be. Kind of going on what Melissa had asked about the mission statement and like how to figure out really how to narrow it down. Like going into this business, I kind of was really interested in just like the whole like life coach type idea. Like I work in social services, blah, blah. So fitness is just like one aspect of like one thing that I, want to help people with overcoming obstacles, with or whatever. So I'm trying to figure out like, as a Beachbody coach, how do I create a mission statement that focuses on, I'm branding myself, not Beachbody, but then at the same time, I'm a Beachbody coach. So like, I kind of have to incorporate that in as well. So how do I kind of like combine like my own personal goals and beliefs long-term above and beyond and outside of Beachbody with like my, I guess, Beachbody missions or goals?
Well, that's the thing is it doesn't need to be limited to Beachbody, because people aren't looking for someone that can be a great Beachbody coach. They're looking for someone that can be a great person and inspiration. And the fact is, you happen to be a Beachbody coach, right?
Right.
Brittany Powers, who's number 10 in the company now, you go to her Instagram page. She doesn't have 75,000 followers because 75,000 people care about Beachbody. She has 75,000 followers because 75,000 people care about what she has to offer the world. She has kids running around nonstop, yet she still works out. She still makes time for herself. She still makes time for her business. You know what I mean? Like, that's why people follow her. And a good majority of them sign up for Beachbody because of her. Does that make sense? Not they follow her because of Beachbody, although now she's getting quite a bit of recognition. That is happening a little bit. But I don't think that your mission statement needs to have anything to do with Beachbody, because I believe in a good company like Beachbody, whatever your mission is to change the world easily fits into this company. Now,
right.
If you were selling lotion, I would wonder, like, that would actually happen. I don't know. Like, that's why I love working with Beachbody coaches, because the business is literally built on helping people, like, not just physically, but when you have a physical transformation, it affects almost everything in your life, right? But then on top of that, there's the business side. There's almost nothing left that Beachbody isn't hitting. You know what I mean? So it's like, any mission that you have that has to do with helping, encouraging, inspiring, empowering, all of that stuff can be done within this company. And if it couldn't be, you'd be in the wrong company. Does that make sense?
Right.
But I would challenge you to come up with a mission statement that doesn't fit into this company, because I bet you couldn't do it. Unless your mission was to make people unhealthy and hate themselves. Then it wouldn't fit. But I don't know of anybody that wants to do that other than McDonald's. So I think you're safe. Does that make sense, Mary?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, good questions. Does anyone else have questions, or are you cutting us off, Josh? Because I know you have kids.
No, there's no cutoff here. My kids are in bed. I'm just hanging out. We're just hanging out. What's up, Bridget?
Hi. I actually have a question. It's sort of related, but sort of non-related. What really struck me was that you mentioned that in your first year, you only had 2 clients. I'm kind of sitting in the same boat right now. I signed up to be a coach last April, I think, and I really only have 2 active clients. And what was the one thing that kept you from being discouraged, from just tossing in the towel and going, that's it, I'm done with this, I can't do it. Like, because that's probably where I'm struggling is,
Yeah.
do I keep going or do I just, put it on the back burner for now?
So the one thing that's like such a loaded question, because if I could narrow it down to one thing, but I'll tell you what is probably the one biggest thing. How's that?
Okay.
I come home from work, hated my job, like I said 1,000 times already, covered in sweat, tired, disgusted. Last thing I wanted to do was more work, right?
Mhm.
But I kept telling myself this. Here's the thing. At the absolute worst, surely even if you're an absolute moron, you could get this thing to replace your income within 5 years. Okay? So what's worse, Josh? Coming home every single day after work and sacrificing 2 to 3 hours of your day for 5 years, which I think at the time, when I signed, I'm 31 now, so it must have been 29 then, would have put me at 34, okay? And then having the rest of your life, 50 or 60 years, to make money doing the thing that you love, to have the opportunity to make more money each year, which my job didn't offer, right? To be able to live the life of my dreams for 30 or 40 years. Do you want to sacrifice 5 years to find out if that's possible? Or do you want to be really comfortable today and hate the rest of your life? And not that I hated my life, because I didn't. I love my wife. I love my kids. But come on, 8 hours a day of my life I hated. That's a lot of life, right?
Yeah.
That's 40 hours a week that I hated of my life. That's really bad. I don't want to live the rest of my life hating 40 of the hours that I exist every single week. So you got to ask yourself, Bridget, what's worse? Where you're at now and living that way for the rest of your life, or continuing to make sacrifices for the next 3 to 5 years? Maybe shorter. I got lucky. It was only 2 years, not 5 years. But I was just like thinking, like literally worst case scenario, like 5 years. Surely anybody could make this happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what's worse, Bridget? Living in the circumstances you have today for the rest of your life, or giving up 2 or 3 hours of your day for the next 5 years to then work 2 or 3 hours a day for the rest of your life, doing what you love, making more money than you've ever imagined.
Makes sense.
I mean, think about where you could be. Think about where you could be 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Like the compound effect, 10 years from now, like even if you only have 2 coaches now, let's say you add 2 coaches this year, which the compound effect says you'll probably add like 5 or 6 this year, if not more, right? That puts you at diamond. The next year, according to the compound effect, you'd probably add like 20 coaches. That'd put you somewhere around 2-star diamond. Which means 3 years from now, I mean, you could easily be a 4 or 5-star elite coach.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would that be worth, if I told you right now that you could have that 3 years from now, would you keep going?
Oh, yeah.
Of course. Because your biggest fear is that won't happen, right? Your biggest fear is that if you keep going 3 to 5 years down the road, you're going to realize that wasn't worth it. But I would wonder what would happen if you quit now. What you would be thinking 3 to 5 years from now, while several of your other friends are on cruises and hanging out with Carl Deichler drinking martinis, and you're still stuck where you're at today and going. And then you have the rest of your life to regret not just holding on.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's costing you $15 a month. I know Shakeology is more expensive than that, but that's not really a cost. It's an investment because it makes you healthier and it makes you feel good. That's not really cost, right? So for $15 a month and 2 hours out of your day that you would probably watch Netflix if you weren't a Beachbody coach, you can find out if you've got it, what it takes to live your dream.
Okay.
I mean, when you put it like that, it's not so bad, is it?
It makes sense. No, it really does make sense.
So write that down somewhere. Write that down somewhere, okay? Okay.
Trust me. I've got it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And trust me, I had that conversation with myself every freaking day for that whole year.
I'm sure. it's hard.
No,
Thank
it is. It is. And you're welcome. And the hardest part is when your life sucks the way it is. You know,
Absolutely.
maybe it's not so bad if life is actually pretty good, even if you do quit Beachbody, right? But for me, life sucked. Like, it's not fun to not get results when you need money really, really, really bad. And I did. We were so poor, and we needed it to work so bad, which made it that much worse that it wasn't working.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that should also give you that much more motivation to stick around long enough to see it work.
Well, I have hope. I've stuck around this long, so
Just
we'll
don't
see.
stop
I'm not
hoping.
giving up. No,
Don't stop hoping.
I'm
Okay.
not giving up. Thank you.
You're welcome, Bridget.
Dude, I really think we all needed this. This is like so encouraging to like start off our first team call like with all of us, and like you too, Josh. Freaking awesome. Like I feel so
Thanks.
encouraged right now.
Thank you, Susanna. Thank you.
Yeah.
So when we post this link, you guys are just going to listen to it over and over and over, right?
Yes, like on repeat.
Okay. Okay.
I love it, guys. I agree. I mean, I've been bragging about Josh since I had our first call, and it really is life-changing. That's why I just keep telling you guys about him, because it's awesome.
But
I
isn't
know I'm gonna make just
isn't that crazy to think though? You say I'm life-changing, but for an entire year, 2 people.
yeah.
And that's what people. That's the thing is people look at people who are having success and go, wow, they're so life-changing. They're so helpful. Well, that's really what we all are. It's just that we haven't all been discovered yet. We haven't all found our niche yet. Like every single person on this call has the ability to help people and change lives. The same ability that I do. Don't you tell me you don't, because you're lying.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of you has greatness living on the inside of you that either you haven't discovered it yet or other people just haven't realized it yet. And if you hold on, a year or 2 from now, we're all going to be going, holy crap, that person's got it. Like they're like, I don't know what's up with them. Like, I don't know what they have that I don't, but they've got it. And that's literally every single one of you. If you just hold on long enough and you keep believing and you keep fighting for what you believe in.
It's so true. I mean, I know that I talked to the team, like they've probably all heard my story a million times, but I was not one of those people. Like everyone on the team just loves how quick Chelsea had her success, and it's amazing, and I'm so proud of her. But I try to remind the team all the time how I was like not that person. Like it took me 9 months to go diamond, and then it took me another year to even get 1 star. Like I can relate to what Josh was saying, not in this, it's not the same story, but you know, it took me a long time, and then I finally got elite, like I guess it was like 2.5 years later. So yeah, I had many times where I'm like, how the F is this ever gonna work? No one wants me to help them. And yeah, it's so true. Like, but it does all go back to the mission. Like Josh was saying, like I just knew deep down that like there was someone out there that like God wanted me to help.
Yeah.
So I just kept on going even when it didn't make sense. I could talk about that all night though, so I won't.
I mean, it's being recorded. Let's go for it.
Oh gosh. Seriously, I mean, you should hear some of the conversations. Like, is Hattie still on here? I don't know if she's still on here. I can't. Yeah, I don't know if she's on here. But I went to Tony Robbins. Well, I guess it wasn't last year anymore. It was 2014, and it just like changed my life so much because he had us look at it's kind of like what Josh was saying a minute ago. He had us looking at all the fears that we have and the limiting self-beliefs we have in our life and what it's held us back from in the past, what it's holding us back from right now, and what it would hold us back from in the future if we don't change. And he had us, it was like this 2-hour activity, and we had to like close our eyes, and it felt like it was only 5 minutes, but we had to think about how our life would look like 1 year from now if we don't change and keep letting our fears hold us back. 5 years, 10 years. Anyways, Hattie and I were talking at like midnight last night because I had her do it, and she like texted me and she was bawling like a baby, and like, I don't know, it's just so good. Like once we can figure out what's really holding us back and like, you know, the whole long-term thing, if we can just keep pushing, it's so worth it.
Totally.
Kind of
Totally.
answer.
No, it's cool. It's pretty rad, Jess, because we've got 2 images of you, and one of them moving, but the other one is sending the audio.
Oh yeah, that's funny. That's because I turned my phone off
It's
on the laptop. That's weird.
pretty cool, though. It's pretty cool.
Does anyone else have questions? I keep rambling. I could talk about this kind of stuff all day. No.
I have a question. I always have
What's
a
up,
question.
Allie?
Hey. My question is about attracting people with, I don't know, the right amount of need or something, because I feel like I want to help people who need my help
Mhm.
and who aren't kind of better than I am.
Mhm.
But at the same time, I don't want to help people, sometimes people are just like, maybe my leadership isn't good enough, I don't know, to like, they're just so discouraged about themselves, they just don't want to, try
Mhm.
anything.
I think you're actually asking the wrong question,
Okay, so what's the right question?
because you're trying to track people that need your help enough. Something that changed my life. One of the first calls on the John Maxwell team, one of my mentors said this: don't try to help the people that need your help. Help the people that want your help. And if you do, you can spend the rest of your life helping the people who need your help. See, when I first started my business, one of the reasons I signed up for the John Maxwell team, because I grew up in church, was very, very involved in my church, and I saw really bad leadership in most of the churches that I grew up in. And I thought, you know what, if I can go through this Maxwell certification, I can learn all the right ways to lead, and then I can teach it to all these churches that suck. Okay? I know that sounds so stupid, but that's literally what's going on in my head. I wanted to do it to help people. Like, that really was my intentions. But the thing was, I saw the people that needed my help. None of them wanted my help.
Right.
None of them wanted to listen to this 29-year-old kid that had been playing in rock bands for the last 10 years. Nobody wanted to, they loved my creative ideas. They loved my ideas for stage design, for songs, stuff like that. They didn't want my help with leadership. I'm a 29-year-old kid who details cars. What do I know about leadership?
Right.
And I spent the first year that I sucked so bad at business, I spent traveling all over Tulsa trying to find people that needed my help. When I got on the internet and just started reaching out to everyone on the planet, it didn't take too long to find out who actually wanted my help. And I found pretty quickly that people in multi-level marketing actually wanted my help. Why? Multi-level marketing is very big into personal development. All the companies out there all read John Maxwell books. The other thing is, there's no official training for people in multi-level marketing, especially on things like leadership. So people are more than glad to listen to someone who might have some type of training that they could use, right?
Right.
To this day, the people that need my help, they don't want it. And the funny thing is, people will tell me all the time, oh, Josh, you need to talk to this person. They really need you. I'm like, do not give me their number. If they need me that bad, they're not going to listen to anything I say.
Yeah.
So you have to find the people that want your help. Stop worrying about trying to fill all the needs in the world. None of us can do that. Find the people who want your help, fill their need. And a lot of times it's not the people that you originally wanted to, like for instance, everyone wants to help like their brother or sister or mom or dad. Never happens. Brother, sister, mom, and dad never listen to a single word you say. They don't buy Shakeology. You buy them Shakeology. They still don't drink it, right? I call it the law of familiarity. They're too familiar with you. They can't think that you're an expert. They think you're stupid, right?
Yeah.
So stop seeking out the need, okay? And just find the people that like you. Find the people that want your help. And maybe that's not the exact people that you had in mind, It's not always people that are 200 pounds overweight. Sometimes,
Right.
and they probably need your help. And that's not to be mean anyway. I have great friends, that need that too. But maybe it's people that are literally 5 pounds overweight, but, really want to feel healthy again. Who knows? I wish I could tell you who it was. Like, that'd make it easy, right?
Yeah.
But it's a matter of talking to enough people to then collect data on who said yes and find the similarities and then go, holy crap, I didn't even realize it. For some reason, everyone who likes horses also likes me. I don't know why. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but for me, multi-level marketing, I've never done that before. Why in the world would that be my niche? I don't know. I just talked to enough people to find out that it was. Hopefully that helps.
Yeah, that does. That definitely does.
Okay. And you know what? I can spend the rest of my life, give me another year or two, I'm going to make so much money that I can pay to have all the churches on the planet, not on the planet. I'm not, sorry, that sounded really, really arrogant. I'm going to pay to help the people that I care about to get the stuff they need. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh yeah.
The
Yeah,
local
that
church,
makes a lot
maybe
of
they won't
sense.
listen to me. Maybe they listen to John Maxwell. I don't know. Give me a couple years, I'll pay for John Maxwell to come in so that they'll have somebody to listen to since they won't listen to me, you know? I spend the
Right.
rest of my life, though, helping the people that need it and not worry about money because I found enough people that wanted it that are paying me money that I can do whatever I can help I give away free training groups every single month. Why? Because I can afford to now, right? If 50 people sign up for my training group, I can afford to give 5 to 10 away. That's not going to hurt me at all. Why? Because I found the people that wanted my help, so then I can give it away to the people that need my help.
Right. Right. Yeah. Makes sense.
Cool?
Yeah.
Thanks for asking, Allie.
Yeah.
I keep going to drink this like there's something in it.
I do that all the time, especially with coffee. I just like hope that the coffee's in there and it's not.
Everybody ready to go make their videos?
I think they are.
Okay, cool.
We've been making all kinds of videos in the team page lately.
Beautiful. I love videos. Videos are great.
They're fun.
Did you guys get pictures?
Yeah, I got like 5 screenshots, so I
Oh,
think
okay, cool.
But thank you for asking.
Of course. Will you send one of them to me?
I will.
Okay, awesome.
I'll do it.
21 in the chat. Have you guys been listening at all? I just playing. You guys, like, Beachbody coaches love to chat, and I just completely ignore that because I'm too ADD. I'll like lose myself if I start looking over there.
Yeah, that's what I have to do if I'm like talking, and then sometimes I still do it anyway, and I'm like, wait, what were we talking about? I'm the best at doing that.
All right, well, I'm gonna peace out, Jess. Go
Sounds
check on my wife. She's been not feeling good.
I hope you guys all feel better. I know you were kind of feeling under the weather.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better now, and then my wife woke up sick. Isn't that awesome?
Oh no, Shakeology.
I know, we're drinking it, man. We're chugging it. We're chugging it.
Well, I hope you guys I hope she feels better, and thank you so much for coming on tonight. Like Susanna said, this is exactly what we needed.
Of course, you're welcome. Thank you, everyone, for being on. I appreciate it so much. Come find me on Facebook. At least shoot me a friend request, okay, everybody?
Yeah, and
Thank you, Josh.
I'll do the giveaway in the team page like we usually do, guys. All right, guys. I love you all. I hope you have a great night, and I'll see you on the team page. Thanks again, Josh.
You bet. Night, guys.